I hope it does.
It's just a green screen.
It is.
If you can hear us on YouTube, write a message.
I
You can still hear us, at least, until the picture comes back.
hope it comes back.
It says successfully connected. People are probably like, why the fuck is it, does it do anything?
I know we have internet problems today.
Of course. Always internet problems.
We're still green.
I'm still green.
I mean, we have an excellent connection.
You're green. So what do we got? I guess we'll move on to the news.
Yeah, well, I'm recording it now. So if the YouTube goes down, I just upload it.
You just upload it to YouTube later.
Yeah.
If you were on YouTube, you can catch us on Twitch or find us on Facebook.
Yeah, sorry. That's streaming's starting to become a pain in the ass.
It started. All right.
Knowing that DJ pays buku money for internet here.
Buku. Buku monies for the internets.
But today's viral news is take two. Let's cut it, edit.
1, 2, 3.
Oh man, we haven't done it in a while. J.K. Rowling slams trans activist after pipe bomb threat. Harry Potter ain't playing no more.
You know, it always kills me, right, when like the the actors and stuff, they're like, they find a cause and then like 10 or 15 of them are like, don't do this, and
I don't know. It's been going on with her for a while. She like outspoke something about how she feels about transvestites or something. Also, this lady used to be a billionaire until she donated so much money that she lost her billionaire status.
I mean, to me, right, if you're a billionaire, right, and you're doing stuff like that, donating money and stuff like that, right, like, obviously you're okay with living at a certain means,
I guess,
right? It's like I say all the time, even if I became billionaire, right, I'm not gonna buy a big fuck off mansion.
No.
Why? Because that's a lot to goddamn clean.
That all is. Right? You would have to have it made.
Right. And here's the next problem. Even after, right? Like, I've got this big fuck off mansion. Yeah. There's still things my wife will expect of me. Right? Like, I still got to cover her at night, right? I can't hire somebody to do that. So I can't go out of town for long periods of time.
You can't have people over until she knows that every single room is clean.
Right. Or at least the rooms she's going to, like, if the kids' rooms are dirty or whatnot, whatever. But
did you ever get that as a kid? Like, clean your room, we have guests coming over.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, are they going to be in my room? Like,
I do it for you sometimes. I yell at you about cleaning your room.
No, but as a kid.
It's just like it's like even when I say it to you, it's not because it's like I'm in your room or concerned with your room. It's
a reminder.
Right. It's like, hey, clean your room.
Clean your room.
Because, like, well, fuck, if you decide to have somebody over, right, now your room's dirty.
I would have been clean.
But if I tell you, then, or it's like if the door's open and she walks by there, or like she'll open the door to vacuum in a little bit, and she sees your room, then I got to hear about it, right?
The mansions are out of the question.
So just clean your room, right? Like, it's
like at mansions.
Right. I wouldn't have a mansion. There's just no...
That's too many rooms.
It's not it's just too many rooms. It's just because then it's like it just feels like this big giant emptiness.
That's what I'm saying. Unless you like occupied everything for like something, like this is the studio or this is the office, but you don't need 16 rooms.
I think the most I'd ever have is maybe 5 and a mother-in-law suite out back. That's
or a full house. Yeah.
And the mother-in-law suite's most likely for work, studio, whatever.
Or a mother-in-law comes.
Right. Well, that's what the 5th room is. So it's normally the 5th room's always,
guest room.
A guest room, unless you
depending how many kids you got. Yeah.
Right, too many kids, then
or an office for your wife, or
right,
something to work from home. Because you're gonna be in that big ass house and spend all that money. Your ass better be home.
I don't know. Like I said, to me, You know, I wouldn't change my means.
He wants a tall garage.
The garage,
with
yes.
the lift.
That would be right. That would be. DJ, what do you spend most of your money on? Cars.
The garage.
Garage. You know.
Well, it depends what kind. See, you can have like the Jay Leno garage, which is for his collecting of his cars, like the Batman had.
Well, I mean, technically, Jay Leno's...
Or do you have the lift?
Jay Leno's garage is more like a museum.
That's how I think that's how they portrayed it in what is it, Batman Forever?
Right.
When they went, he put his motorcycle in to gas it up, and they had all the cars.
Right.
Looking like a museum.
Yeah. So once you accumulate so many cars, like that's what you do. You know, because you've got 200 whatever cars.
Why don't you have to get a dealer's license at that point?
So
the owner had a dealer's license to sell his Ferraris.
Right.
Or to go back and forth, and had a dealer's tag
when
and
you're
a plate.
buying, right? So when you're buying and selling cars like that, the problem is you need the dealer's license and the dealer's tags, because otherwise you have to insure and tag every fucking car. So when you got 200 fucking
which
cars,
he didn't, which is because it was part of the charities.
Right. There's ways around it, you know, things you got to learn.
Company put under the company's insurance,
right?
And then you get taxed right off.
It's you know, it's a big pain in the ass, but that's probably where most of my money would most likely go. Is cars,
the big garage.
Yeah,
not just the small one. I mean, the tall one.
I love cars. I always wanted to like buy a mountain and then hollow the bitch out and turn. No, not a bat cave, because
he wants a bat cave.
People would know it was there. He wants a bat cave.
That waterfall is really like suspect.
It's really suspect. But yeah, no, I've always wanted to hollow that bitch out and make it into just a big ass garage.
Our next news is size of Oregon wildfire underscores vastness of the U.S. West.
So they can still hear us on YouTube, by the way. It's just green.
They can't see us.
They just can't see us.
I mean, we should have the highest views yet.
Right. Look what we're doing. Oh, wait, you can't.
But you can. It's a podcast anyway. There's no visuals.
Hi.
But there's apparently a giant forest fire the size of Rhode Island over in Oregon spreading across the U.S.
Jeez.
So, I haven't heard any deaths or anything, but our heart goes out to everybody over there.
Well, I mean, they don't count wildlife death, unfortunately, not until after the fires.
Hope they got out.
Not until after the fire's done. But, I mean, hopefully they'll get it under control.
The size of Rhode Island.
I mean...
That's a big... And spreads miles each day.
They deal with fires pretty damn big sometimes, you know. That's why they have helicopters and... You know, they'll dig a trench around it to try to backburn it.
We don't have that over here. We don't have wildfire. We don't have dryness. Everything on the East Coast is all wet.
Well, it's because technically, right, like when we talk about Florida, we normally talk tropics, right?
It's always moist.
It's tropical here. But, you know, the old folks remember mostly that, you know, Florida was mostly wetland. Like
it was a swamp.
Right, it was a big swamp.
What was it, the Everglades?
Right.
But everywhere.
We were basically the far Louisiana.
Yeah. Plus that big ass lake we have.
Right. It's swampland, but people forget that because
Bob worked in the swampland.
Right, because the cities and stuff were built up so much that like if you're sitting right here, there's no swamp for 50, 60 miles.
No.
You know, you got to drive way the fuck out to the lake to even start to find swamp.
The Everglades.
Yeah.
That low water system with all the mosquitoes and...
Right.
It reminds me, what is it called? If you play Red Dead Redemption 2 and you go to the bottom, you had to go through the swamp to get to the city.
The Apex admin removed us too. We had Apex news today.
We do have Apex news. I didn't add it, but we do have it.
Goddamn.
But our hearts go out to the Midwest, or the U.S. West, wherever it is.
The U.S. West.
The U.S. West.
The wild, wild West.
I hope it doesn't hit California.
Oh man, could you imagine I burn up all the weed? The weeds.
Oh, do you remember there was Adam was on. So like a year ago, we were talking about the California virus.
Mm-hmm.
How it was spreading through the hills celebrities lost their homes, but they didn't kill. They just wanted their animals. They had to get all their animals out because most of them have like a estate or a farm where they have wildlife on their property.
Yeah, see, that's the hardest part with like a house.
And they had to evacuate them.
It's like a house fire.
It was like, I don't care about the house. I care about my animals.
Right.
Like, I have insurance for a reason.
That's why Bunny's close to a window.
Just to get out.
Well, he can't physically get out the window.
He can.
But I can bust the window out and
throw him
grab
out.
him. Right.
You can fit through that window.
The dogs, I don't need to fit through. I just need to get my arm through and grab the bunny.
That's true.
Just grab the whole cage.
You
Pull
are
the cage
tall
out.
enough. Like,
the cats will most likely go out one of the doors once they're open.
they're the first ones, though. They didn't even warn us.
Yeah, once they're done.
They're outside, like, why aren't you guys with us?
Right. Meow.
Meow. They'll be okay.
But no, that's even with that, like you should have a pet plan. You know how to get you and your pets out of the house safely. And then with that, you have to prepare for like eventualities of each room, right? So like if the fire starts in our room, then we can work our way down and grab pets and wake you up and blah blah blah. If it starts closer towards the middle of the house, then you gotta go out.
Thank God there's 2 doors.
Huh?
Thank God there's 2 doors.
Right. So it's just having plans.
I think DJ's strong enough to run through this wall.
Probably once.
That one good time.
Yeah. See, that's just like that. Like Kim a few weeks back, she whoops.
Fire extinguisher.
Yeah, Kim a few weeks back, she was like, "Hey, you want to go to like one of those panic rooms?" I'm like, "No, that's not."
Someone's getting punched.
Well, because I don't do well with like.
What, the problem solving one, or?
I mean, they're all problem solving ones.
The ones you have to figure out how to get out.
Right. But the thing is like, so like even when, what was it? Even when, like we went to visit somebody at rehab, I did not go in because the gate locked behind you. And I'm like, I'm not going in because you're not going to lock me into an area. That's not.
Know your exits.
Right. That's not a thing that happens. That's honestly why I don't break laws anymore, is because I'm not like.
Oh, you were in jail.
Right. I'm not going to jail. I don't want to go to jail. You're not locking me up.
Right.
Always
have to go get water.
Right. So, like panic rooms to me
are not fun.
Yeah. And then
I'm sure you like the problem solving aspect of it, but not the part.
Right.
But not like what do you mean I can't leave?
But I get frustrated and I'll just bust the wall down. I'm like, no. At a certain point, it becomes like a brute strength.
You just open the door.
Right, and it's like even hurt, I'm still stronger than your wall.
That's true. I'm gonna hurt it later.
Right. But I'm gonna be out
now. It's gonna hurt.
So it. I don't know. Maybe if the walls were like concrete, solid concrete, and the door was metal, maybe.
And there's nothing in the room that you can throw against it.
Right. Maybe I'd be stymied, but like if it's just like a room like this, like I'm pretty sure I could get into your bathroom from here right now. I'm in here now. Like,
all right, I'm out.
Yeah, that's it.
Ooh, this is gonna hurt later.
Right. It's like the house set on fire. It just busted out through the wall. Just went straight.
Oh yeah.
Straight Kool-Aid man right through the wall. I don't have to worry about the fire now.
We have his favorite pizza.
I'm outside.
What's on it?
Justice. Yeah, that was funny. That was my best TikTok.
Injustice. Toyota cancels Tokyo Olympics TV ads. CEO would not attend the opening ceremony.
Man.
And someone got COVID.
So
on the Olympics.
The Olympics have actually been getting a lot of bad press.
Oh yeah. They still call it 2020. No, it's 2021.
The thing is, right, is like, so there's actually a foundation, and I forget the name of it, but there's actually a foundation that stops the Olympics from going to like certain cities.
Yeah.
Right? Because see, what happens is.
Oh yeah, I read about that. Was it out of route and everything?
Right. What happens is So the Olympics come to town.
You got all the tourists come through.
All the tourists, right? So before the Olympics come to town, the state and the mayors spend buku bucks trying to update the city, which then inflates living costs, right? Because they got to get that money from somewhere.
Yeah. No, I remember I saw this time, and then the Olympics people don't make no money.
Right. And the Olympic athletes don't actually make
anything.
Money. The only reason they get
sponsors
is from sponsors and stuff. So a lot of your smaller time Olympic athletes don't make a living. You know, they're waiting tables and stuff like that. It's a lot like being an actor. When you're a small time actor, you still have another job. You're not just
we call it a struggling actor.
Right. Well, but you're still an actor. Right. It's just,
you still got an agent, still got a manager.
Right. It's just, at that point you're paying the agent.
Yeah, you're not
yourself.
You're not Eddie Murphy.
No, it's just crazy to think how things work. Like.
But you need the agent to get the role because he has to get the scripts for you to get the audition.
And then if he's not good,
no, it's always that middle guy because they have to tell you an audition is, or they have to talk to the producer or what do they call it, the hiring agent.
Right.
The casting director, that's what it is.
There is almost no way to make something of yourself get out there without greasing somebody else's palms.
Oh, yeah.
Like...
Even these famous, if you guys didn't know, the famous YouTubers have managers.
Right.
They have people who contact brands or movie deals or cameo appearances. And they go, hey, DJ, Warner Brothers reached out.
Right.
Do you want to go do this thing for X amount of dollars? Or
they'd like you to be a voice actor. They heard your voice, thought it'd be good for this role.
Crazy thing, David Dobrik was in Angry Birds. He had one line. Yeah. And it's on. That's it. Right. They ran the whole theater out for him to watch Angry Birds.
But I mean, that's the thing. It's. My dad used to say, "It's not what you know, it's who you know."
Well, it's the same thing with in Hollywood. So DJ has a lot of clout, a lot of followers. They're going to use him for his promotional follower, basically. Like, oh, David Dobrik's in Angry Birds. The kids all now everyone wants Angry Birds to hear his voice for 1 second.
LeBron in the new Space Jam.
Yeah, that's what I got from the algorithm. Well, you're millions of followers.
That's it. He's LeBron James. He's a household name.
King James. It's still crazy because the new generation, when they hear basketball, they're going to think of LeBron, and we still think of Michael Jordan.
Right.
Like in baseball, I think of Mark McGwire.
Sammy Sosa.
Or Babe Ruth. Other people.
Babe Ruth.
Whoever's the closest now. Like the face of, like, if you had each, like, back in the day, I think it was Dan Marino for football, but now it's Tom Brady.
Dan Marino. Yeah, it was Dan Marino.
So if you mention football to anybody, who's going to be the face of football? You're like Tom Brady.
Oh, fuck.
Hockey was Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky, yeah. See, and like that's the thing. Like I was
Anaheim Mighty Ducks.
My parents were old, right? Like when they raised me, Dad was already past his 50s, so he was.
So was mine.
He was old. So I got but you're old. I'm still young and.
No, I'm saying my parents are old. I was the last one.
Right.
Out of 6.
So it's like I got a lot of the old school stuff.
Oh yeah, my mom used to listen to doo-wop all the time. I had to listen to the Now That You Call It Music or whatever.
You ask a kid who Frank Sinatra is, and he'd have no idea.
No idea. The Rat Pack.
Right. It's like, who the fuck's Frank Sinatra?
What was it? The Temptations. Who's the Temptations?
And they might know the song from a movie, right?
Or Michael Bublé, whatever. He always sings it.
Right.
Fly me to. Yeah. He sings it in his sets all the time.
Fly me to the moon. Let me play. It always cuts out when I start singing.
Who's singing?
It knows. It's like, oh damn.
Oh damn.
Oh damn. The world would see my singing. That'd be the end of it. I'd be famous.
Facebook went out.
Of course it did.
Twitch is the only one going. No, we're back.
It'd be like, oh damn, DJ's got a voice. Yes, TJ can sing certain songs. He's more of a Frank Sinatra range type of guy. But yeah, no, like it's just crazy how that works,
It is.
But I was watching
But next to Super Bowl, Olympics have the most commercial ads, like the Super Bowl.
Right, but see, here's the thing with the Super Bowl, right? The stadiums are already there.
Yeah.
Right? And like while they don't build up the city for the Super Bowl. It's like, oh, it's the Super Bowl. They're not, we're not gonna, right? We're not gonna fucking blow up a city just because the Super Bowl is coming to town, you know. But when they pick the Olympics, it's 4 years, and like they pick the next place before the end of the
the current Olympics. Leap year every 4 years.
Right. So it's like what they do is like while they're at the Olympics, because they're already gathered, they're thinking about where the next Olympics is going to be.
Yeah, we knew it's going to be in Tokyo for the last 6 years.
Oh, that's right, because we actually missed the Olympics because of COVID.
It's still called Olympics 2020.
Yeah.
But someone got COVID. Toyota doesn't want their ads played. He won't even be attending the opening ceremony with fire.
Who?
Toyota. Car company.
Toyota.
It
was like Toyota. It says Toyota. Canceled. And then Tokyo. See.
Yeah, Toyota cancels Tokyo Olympics.
Right.
He's like, I'm not going to Japan.
Toyota CEO will not be attending. So, yeah.
Our next news. Theater owners blast Disney for making Black Widow available immediately on streaming. It fooled me because they made fucking 100 and something million worldwide.
It's still on Prime Disney. You have to have Prime access.
But what they're mad about, because they have to rent the movie.
Right.
From Disney. Or from the distributor. They have to pay 100% at box office opening weekend. They don't make a dime. Only on a concession. Well, and Disney, they made about 60 to 70 million on Disney Plus. You know what that is? All profit.
Right. Well,
they don't have to pay the distributor. They don't have to pay the production or whatever.
Right.
100% profit.
Disney's
$70 million.
Disney's cutting out all the middleman, and the laws that are in place actually protect Disney and allow them to do that.
Well, HBO did it too. We didn't charge more.
Well, but here's the thing, right? Like,
I think it was on subscriptions and on Premiere.
Right. But originally laws were put in place to stop, like, movie theaters from doing what Disney is doing, right? Because it wasn't so much before they wanted movies in movie theaters because that's how they got things out. That's how movie theaters
like AMC,
right? People didn't have Hulu's and Netflixes, and they didn't have any of these things, so they had to go to theaters
and TV ads.
Right. So instead of the theaters paying so much for the movie,
you got to rent it.
They would give the theaters the movies.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, we got Interview.
Right.
We didn't have to pay for it. They wanted it played because of the controversy.
Right.
They came and asked the owner.
Because none of the other theaters would fucking take it.
Christmas Day, we made $2,000.
But that's what I'm saying, right? Is before they didn't have these, so there was no laws really in place to.
Well, no, they wanted us to do Borat. Remember the whole thing? They came to us to play Borat.
Yeah. But that's what I'm trying to get at, right? Is like they didn't have all this stuff to do it themselves, and now that they do, it's hurting a business.
Oh yeah, we went a long way from the independent film company.
Right.
When you go to Sundance and please play my film or play Entry or go to your local theater, like, can you play my thing on Saturday night?
Now they can just put it on YouTube and,
Well, people don't understand. When you own a theater and you get a movie, you have a contract with that movie to how many times you play it, what earnings they make, how much your theater actually makes if they want you to have the movie.
Right.
Because they're like, oh, we didn't get Space Jam at the theater because WB didn't want us to.
They didn't make enough.
They didn't make enough money.
And so many people got.
Or on other Warner Brothers, like on Mortal Kombat or something.
Yeah.
So they look at what we made on the other WB movies to see, other than Harry Potter, of course. Because we made buku money on Harry Potter. But because of COVID, they gave us, what they give us? Mortal Kombat. So they checked to see how Mortal Kombat did. And then we didn't make the numbers.
Right.
Hello, Superior Kitten, and sorry you can only hear us on YouTube.
Oh.
Our stream went down on there.
Yeah, sorry. It didn't go down. It's like the cameras broke. We're on Facebook and Twitch, no problem.
The stream's not coming through. It's not like
converting. Whatever. But Yeah, no, so.
But yeah, the theater owners are like, what the hell? You could have waited a day. But even when what's it called came out, the interview, it was on Netflix and YouTube the same day. Like we we played it, yeah, Christmas night, and the next day it was everywhere.
See, it used to be, it's like people used to get mad. Oh, that's going straight to DVD. Remember that used to be the saying?
Any right? Sylvester Stallone, what is it? Oh no, Steven Seagal movie.
Or straight to VHS, like.
Or any sequel to something.
Right, like, oh, it's not even going to theaters.
What's it called? The Mask 2 didn't go to theaters. It went straight to DVD.
Right, straight to DVD. And it's like
some of the American Pies didn't go to theater, like Bandcamp and all them went straight to DVD.
But it's crazy to think, right? Like that was straight to DVD. That was basically calling you dog water. Like you're basically trash.
Or rather just put on DVD and try to promote it in the movie theaters.
Right, but it's like, oh, straight to Netflix.
Like watch,
and people are hyped.
Something called Something Dog. I remember this movie.
Underdog?
It had the guy that played Ray Palmer in it. The actor that plays Ray Palmer in Superman. And
plays Ray Palmer in Superman?
Well, an Arrow in DC Universe. DC, blah, blah. Legends of Tomorrow. Mr. Adam or whatever it is. Right. That actor played in this movie called Something Dog. It was the worst box office like ever, even at the theater. Like we got rid of it the next week. It made $14 the entire weekend. Like, 2 people watched it.
2 people watched it.
I don't think it was Reservoir Dogs. That was a good movie.
What?
Reservoir Dogs. Yeah.
Who said that where?
That was on Facebook.
Isaiah. But no, like I said, that was the like, oh fuck you, straight to DVD.
You have to beg the movie theaters to play your movie,
right? And it's like,
what's his name? Did it? Kevin Smith. He had to go to each theater with the movie.
Yeah, Kevin Smith was totally fucked over. It's like Clerks.
Oh no, he killed it in Clerks. But any other movie he tried to promote,
was it Mallrats?
He had to go. No, it was it wasn't popular until 10 years later.
Right.
Same thing with
and that's what I was talking about was like Vincent Van Gogh is like Goth, however you pronounce it. It's like it's really fucked up, right? That he was treated that way, and then when later on it's like, oh, this is the best art I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Well, bitch, it was then too. Just people around him happen to be, I don't want to say stupid, but.
Well, they didn't appreciate
there was no vision.
You were in a small town.
Well, right, and he was trying to sell his paintings just to get food. And
to get coffee, he would draw on a napkin, and that was his payment.
I don't know.
And they're like, "What the heck is this?" And he's like, "That's right.
That'll be worth something someday. You just don't know yet."
You
imagine if you still had one of those napkins or paint, like if you just like woke up one day, right, as like the Godfather painting on the back wall, right? 200 years later, they're like, "Oh, this is by some company that doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
It's Godfather, and it's worth $400 million for no goddamn reason." Actually, most of Vincent's work is fucking priceless. You can't even really.
Hard to find.
Well, it's all in museums now. Moved around the world and stuff like that.
He's in Twilight. I'm looking for that movie.
Some more tragic. Yeah, that's true, Sonia. It's just sad that that's the way it works out.
It was called Dylan Dog, Dead of Night.
Like it's
horrible movie.
Dylan Dog. I remember Alpha Dogs.
This was a good one.
No,
this thing made like $14.
Justin Timberlake.
Like the whole weekend, we got rid of it at the drive-in.
They just turned it off.
Yeah, it was so bad.
Like, but I feel like in like 30 years, right? It's gonna come back around, and somebody's gonna be like, "Bam," Like I said, Mallrats 10 years before.
Yeah, you got to do. Because when they do movies and everything, they have to have a promotion.
Dogma.
They have to do promotion. That's why if you ever automatically see someone on a talk show, they're promoting something.
Right.
Radio promoting.
Go to Ellen promoting.
Yeah,
right. Oh, you want to be on the Today Show promoting. That's right.
And if you can't afford that, you can do what Kevin Smith did because he produced his own movie.
Right.
You have to go to each thing and have a Q&A with after the movie. He watches it with you just to get the sales up and to make
I just go be on Ellen one time. We're famous.
Just to make a movie, you're basically just borrowing money.
Right.
Like, you still haven't paid anyone yet.
And
so after the movie,
right.
like, you pay your actors and everything, but all the producers don't get their money back until the movie comes out.
Until everything's over, said and done.
So the movie it took $8 million to make it. You have to get past $8 million.
Right.
In the box office sales.
If it took $8 million, you only made $500,000. You're fucked.
You owe money.
Right.
That's what happened in Mallrats. He's like, do I have to pay them back? Like,
right, because they don't want to wait 10 years for the movie to get good.
Well, that's why he only makes movies he wants to make. Like Yoga Hosers was horrible. He's like, but I wanted to make it.
Right.
I wanted to make Tusk because I wanted to.
Fucking Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah, that's his babies though.
Oh,
he's like, that's the only IP I own
they
that
made
I can
him
play with.
They made him fucking make another one. He was
the new one, yeah. Well, he had his heart attack, and then Jay got clean, and he said, if you get clean, we'll do another Jay and Silent Bob movie.
Right.
So Jay got clean. He had a heart attack, and he's like, I don't want my last movie to be Yoga Hosers.
Poor guy Jay still looks kind of rough.
He's been clean for like 13 years.
I know, but I always feel like after you stop the drugs or whatever you're doing,
Steve-O's the same way.
right? Like
Steve-O's been clean since like 13 years.
right, and he looks rough as fuck. He looks, and
his voice is still
right. He looks like he's still on the goddamn drugs. It's
but
like,
he's not.
It's like fuck, man. Like, what did you do? He's, well, I quit drugs. And then
Well, that's what they did. They did. Jay and Silent Bob get old podcasts.
I know.
But they did it with live audiences,
right?
And that was his rehab. After going, I mean, that was just like his meetings.
Right.
And he would tell stories.
What other news do we got?
Netflix offering video games in 2022.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I was.
Netflix is king of streaming with more than 200 million subscribers.
I'm very interested, right? Because unfortunately, there's only so many ways they can do this.
Like PlayStation Now.
Kind of, right? But so Netflix doesn't have a controller.
Well, Google made one.
Well, yeah, and
what's it called? Said something with the S. It starts with an S.
I have no idea. I have no idea about that. But still, it's like, okay, so now I have Netflix, right? And I already got Netflix. Are they gonna give me games now, or are they putting games into Netflix?
I think it would be like.
Are they getting a separate streaming service? Right, like PlayStation Now, like, because you have your PlayStation Plus and you get a couple free games.
Yeah.
And then PlayStation Now gives you access to probably about 200 or 300 PlayStation 4, 3, and PlayStation 2 games, the old console games.
I think it'd be like Steam. I'm guessing. Steam or the other one.
I'm just saying, like,
I can't think of the other. I'm trying to look it up now.
And then now that you're a purely online streaming service, right? Because it's not like originally Netflix was, or what was it? Netflix
Stadia. That's what it's called. Sorry.
Stadia.
That's the streaming service for Google.
Wasn't Netflix originally the one that sent that shit to your house?
Netflix like gameplay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You order a movie, and they'd mail it to your house.
Yeah, so no one would put stocks in them.
Right.
And then boom. Same thing with Amazon. Amazon was like a Nook books, like Barnes and Noble.
Right, and then they wanted to switch.
And no one put stocks in them.
And
they got lucky.
Gary
Vee talked about he passed. I think no, he got Netflix and Facebook. He passed on Uber. Because the startup companies are kickstarts,
yeah,
and they come to go to the big people who want to invest, and no one like, oh, what do you mean Netflix wants to put movies to your TV or whatnot?
That's true, Sonia. She said the likely answer is the one that brings more revenue to the table.
Like I said, it's probably like Stadia, whatever licensed games they can get. Like you play Red Dead Redemption 2 on Stadia.
It changes so goddamn fast, right? It's like, as soon as something's in style, by the time you know about it, it's fucking gone, right? It is gone already. Right? It's like Kim tells me the other day. I was like, "Is that bitch?" We were driving down the street, and I saw a woman wearing bell bottoms, right? And I'm like,
I haven't seen this since high school. So they were parachute pants for us,
right? And then she tells us, "Oh, well, they were back in style like 10 months ago." I'm like, What the fuck?
Well, we don't go to school.
I don't.
We don't watch this fashion TV shows.
No, I don't. Yeah.
Like when I know which trending is only because of TikTok, basically. Like some of the songs you hear on there, like Jason Derulo got big. He was already a singer, but bigger because people kept using his audio on TikTok. And now a lot of rappers and SoundCloud people getting discovered because they're using their sound on TikTok.
Yeah. Well, they're right there. TikTok, YouTube. Well, Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
He came from YouTube.
Ed? No, Usher found him.
On YouTube?
No, he was sleeping on Usher's couch.
No.
No, Usher was in London one day and he was doing the open mic night shit. And that's how you found Ed Sheeran.
Oh, I could have swore it was.
You found YouTube. Justin Bieber on YouTube. And it wasn't him, it was the guy from Georgia, a producer.
Fucking Beaver Fever.
The craziest thing is the only reason why he was on YouTube is because grandparents didn't know how to use a computer. So his parents put it on YouTube and gave him the link so they could watch their grandkids perform. And that's how he got discovered. It's because grandma didn't know how to use a computer.
Grandma didn't know how to use a computer.
It's happening faster and faster, yeah. I always talk about that, like how much we evolved after World War II because of the whole alien thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we evolved quicker in 50 years than we did in 100 years compared to when the first car came out. Like we went from radio and non-color TV like in the 50s and 40s to your smart curved TV and your smart refrigerator and the Tesla.
Your smart refrigerator.
The Tesla that drives.
You went your from driverless car.
You went from your first combustion car in the 1900s to, and 100 years later, a self-driving car compared to when we had the Western till now.
Well, then you think it started out steam.
It was a steam.
Right. The first cars were steam. Then you moved into internal combustion. Gas.
And then we have self-driving cars that are electric.
Right now, electric.
That go fast.
Right.
I mean, they go fast.
Yeah. That's like it's just crazy. Like trains. Trains originally started out steam. They were big steam powered. Right.
Coal.
Well,
wood.
The coal just heated the water.
Well, yes, I mean, you would put it in there, it would heat the water. And
technically, it wasn't running off the coal.
It's running off heat.
It was running up, right. It was running, the heat was heating up the water, then the evaporation, which, condensation, stuff like that.
Pressure.
Right, would create pressure, and then
makes it go.
Yeah. it's I get real sciencey on it.
But still, the most technical thing that you could ever look at is an old school watch. All the little parts that have to go together correctly. For the watch to work.
To make it run properly, yeah. That's crazy.
Almost as complicated as an engine.
An engine. Engines really aren't that complicated.
You need the three things, but you still have to find
air, fire,
how much each thing needs to run properly.
Yeah.
Like too much gas, you stall out. Too much air, you stall out. Too much electricity, you're gonna burn something up.
That's true. All the things go together. All right, well, we got Florida man here, I see.
Florida man arrested for allegedly trying to throw an alligator onto a cocktail lounge roof to teach it a lesson.
To teach it a lesson?
To teach it a lesson.
Okay, so now, okay.
A Florida man allegedly stole a live alligator from a golf course, beat it, and tried to hurl into a roof of a cocktail lounge to teach the alligator a lesson.
To teach the alligator a lesson. Right? Like... Okay.
How dare you interrupt my mini
I just had to make sure they got it clear.
It wasn't teaching the kids up there being too loud.
right. Like
get off my lawn.
we weren't throwing it at the people or the place itself. We threw it because we were very upset with said alligator.
Yeah.
How big was it? It couldn't have been that big if he threw it.
I think it was like a big. It says stole. So apparently, I don't know if the mini golf place owned the alligator.
Maybe.
But he stole a live alligator from the mini golf course, beat it, and tried to hurl it into the roof of a cocktail.
Some of these places like I don't know that the mini golf probably should have alligators, so it probably wasn't that big. But some places, canals and stuff like that, the landowners have the alligators in there for the ecosystem. They eat the fish.
Well, and by law, if an alligator made a home in your lake,
right,
you cannot remove it from your lake.
I guess at that point
you can only remove it when it hits land.
Why would you?
Because I know we called it because the alligator, it went on land, then it went back in the water, and I had to call as an emergency, and they came out and they got it, but they said
They can't do anything about it.
And then I almost didn't do it because they said if we remove it and it tries to bite someone, they're gonna kill it. Like that was part of the agreement, and I was like, "Wait, hold on, what?" I want it to be moved to another ecosystem.
Right. If it tries to bite somebody,
they chop it up. And I was like, they're like, "So we have to say that we're not gonna do that."
I mean,
I'm like,
that's a crazy rule because like it's an alligator. It's gonna try to bite you.
As a property owner or I manage the property, so I'm in charge.
Right.
You have to give consent to kill the alligator if it tries to do it. And I'm like, I don't consent though. Like, I just want it moved. I don't want to kill it.
Well, that's real nice of you. A lot of people would be like, yeah, just fucking stab it in the head and get out of here. I don't
Well,
care.
there was a baby one, a little one. They got that one out like a fishing pole.
Right. Scooped him out.
The other one had to use a truck. They got it around him, but they had to get a truck. And they pulled it out of the fucking canal with a fucking dually. And then the guy casually barefooted walked up to it and put tape around his mouth.
What, the little one or the big one?
Big one.
Thing is, if you do it right and let him tucker himself out, you know.
That's what they tired him out.
I just let him roll around in the rope for a while, pull him out. You know.
But no, if it doesn't hit land, you can't do nothing. It has to.
It has to be on
It has to be on land.
Out of water.
Yeah, because that's their home now.
All right. What do we have a topic? Otherwise, I'm gonna talk about Apex.
Yeah, we have a couple.
Yeah,
but you can talk about Apex.
We have a couple more things.
Or just random questions, like with some of you, like cars. What's your first car you ever owned?
First car I ever owned. I was probably realistically the only car I ever owned that was actually mine.
Yeah.
Was the truck Tom gave me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, I bought it from him. It was all in my name, everything like that. Everything else was pretty much in Dad's name, and I was just allowed to drive it. Technically, it wasn't mine.
Oh wow, mine was the Oldsmobile Royale that me and Marty bought. The 1991 or 88 Royale.
I had a Chevy 1500, 33s on the front, 33 10.5s on the back. I could take the whole front end of that truck apart myself. I'd done it a couple of times, fixed it for Tom. He'd sit there and tell me what. Truck. Yeah, it's a black one.
Yeah,
love that fucking truck. Bad motherfucker. That truck man. He'd pull shit out of Hector's truck. Got stuck one day because he dug himself in like a dumbass. Like dug it into the ball. It was a Ford F-150. Tom just hooked it up and drove away. Fucking, he's like, get out of here. That's back when trucks were built tough, you know. Not Ford tough, obviously, because the Ford got stuck.
We're dead.
Yeah. But, yeah, I like my pickup.
Next one says comedies, but I meant comedians. What are some of your favorite comedians?
Like, Kevin Hart is probably one of my favorites.
He is so... I like when he roasts people. He's so funny.
I don't know. I got a lot of Adam Sandler's. Got a lot of people who are, you know, comedian.
Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Like, there's two different, like, there's movie star. Well, Kevin Hart also did stand-up, but some of them didn't do stand-up. Like, Will Ferrell never did stand-up. He did when he went from SNL.
He was, yeah, SNL straight into movies.
He did skits, yeah. So you got those. Like, Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac.
I love Bernie Mac.
Miss some of them guys.
Dave Chappelle.
He's funny.
He's funny and real.
Robin Williams.
You monsters.
Yeah.
He did stand up.
That's what I was just thinking about, like all the comedians. Robin Williams.
God, he did such a funny stand up.
And you know.
Dane Cook at one point.
Yeah, he fell off.
His brother fucking went what's it called, addiction.
Was it?
Stole from him.
I just reminisce. I don't got nothing for you.
Ralphie May. God rest his soul.
So yeah, Apex. Right. We finally saw the new character.
Is that the new character?
I believe that is.
Are they gonna pull a fast one?
You think they're gonna pull a fast one?
I don't trust them after Hammer Industries.
The last. They did it one time. It wasn't funny then.
No. How dare you?
You know.
Like, is this the new character? But like,
the worst part is the character.
Story?
The character for that, right? It didn't come out until like 2 seasons. Because remember, they announced him but that was Revenant's.
But see, Revenant had a whole backstory why he was part of the games, and it had to do with Ash and Loba. You get what I'm saying? Connected two characters. Like same thing with Crypto, he was looking for his sister. So each one had, even Fuse. They were talking about he was the first one in the Apex games or whatever it was, but this one is just like, here you go. I'm like, okay, but like, cool, he has eyes. Like, what does he do? Like, what's his?
Oh, we still don't know what he's gonna do. We have
don't even know what's his history.
We kind of have like a little bit of what's going on, what he's gonna do, but we still don't have, the whole picture.
Is he from Titanfall? Is he?
Well, we only got 2 weeks left, so it's like
it's supposed to come out in 2 days.
No,
the 22nd they announced another trailer.
Right, another trailer.
What's it gonna explain?
The season doesn't start for another 2 weeks.
What?
14 days, and then because there's not like they don't have a week in between the seasons. Once the one season's over, the next season starts. It's a character that was leaked before.
Someone posted a wanted thing. Kim just sent it. Posted like a wanted picture of himself, and the guy put, "Calm down, I'm going to turn myself in."
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Anthony, we haven't seen you yet. Our business hours are between 8 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Of course, if you need a ride, you can call us, and we'll come pick you up.
It was a dude commenting on his own. Yeah.
He's like, calm down. I'm going to turn myself in.
Ridiculous.
Oh, it's funny.
Absolutely ridiculous. Oh. But I don't know. We'll see.
Are you excited?
New season.
Like you just got to use the Fuse. You even used Valkyrie yet.
I'm a little mad, right? Because there's also a new gun coming out.
Is it a repeater?
No. Remember, I know.
Yes, commitment issues.
Yeah.
Pathfinder who?
So I'm mad because again, there's a new gun coming out, and a while back, PlayStation listening, bro. Because I was like, it'd be good if we had like a Spitfire, but with light rounds.
Yeah.
And well, guess what gun is coming out next season?
A rapid fire?
It's a Spitfire with light rounds, basically. It's yeah, which really irritates me because I feel like it's gonna be nasty, right?
They gave us the Volt,
right?
Which was the energy thing.
It was a 99, but with energy, basically.
Yeah, you didn't have to do that whole like you did with the Devotion's a Spitfire with energy.
Right, Devotion's Spitfire with energy.
And the closest thing we have is basically the 301, which is a flatline.
Right.
So we don't have
a LMG.
And then we just got the repeater that's like a bow.
Right, but now they're gonna make a light LMG.
I heard they're gonna make you use the Mozambique.
but apparently, so the way they're gonna combat the unfairness of it being a light gun, so it's obviously gonna shoot faster.
Oh,
and being an LMG.
You seen the 99?
Yeah. Well, all of the light guns are just nasty fast, right? But they don't hit as hard.
Have more bullets,
right? Well, it's more relative to the size of the gun and the chamber and stuff like that.
And if you're close enough, like what do you do with the R45 up close?
It's the same amount of powder, but because the bullet is smaller, it's quicker, and it doesn't heat up as fast, so you can shoot faster.
Because I've seen you fuck some people up with R45 in front of you.
But oh man, so I'm looking forward to the new gun. I think the character looks pretty cool. I like the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each character is good. They hype it up. So far, the ones that are actually hyped correctly were Loba, Octane,
Fuse was pretty good.
Fuse. Valkyrie's is the escape for me. It's more like not as fast as Octane, of course, but like. You throw your missiles out as a diversion, you fucking take off.
She's been really irritating the past couple of days because, like, we've been playing and we'll have the positional advantage. But it's because they have a Valkyrie, as soon as they figure out that we have the position, they just blast off and jump over top of us and then move into the better position.
Looking like a dude from Mortal Kombat. He did. He looked like he was from
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
The
He had
Sog,
something on his
the guy with the
chest.
hat, was it Kung Lao?
Yeah.
Oh man, that should be his ability. He throws his hat and cuts you in half. It's over.
We need Thor's hammer.
Right. That could be his heirloom, his hat. He takes it off and it's got blades on it.
Fucking heirlooms.
Like, oh yeah, we don't talk about Sonya and heirlooms. Terrible.
Heirlooms.
Who needs heirlooms?
I would get more excited for events. Like, I like events more than regular play. Like, it's not only because you can collect, but it brings back the old maps or like shotguns, and we love shotguns and snipers because that's all you can get.
It's just because I could have Krabers more often. I think it's unfair. They're moving the Spitfire to the care package.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because
R99 was there.
Well, that and because they're bringing out the new gun. They want people to use the new gun more often than the Spitfire.
You know the L-Star that used to be a legendary item for some reason?
Right. Yeah, when it had a digi threat, and then they changed it and took the digi off of it, so you're not allowed to put the digi on the...
that's bullshit. And you can't put it freaking 4 times on fucking the triple take.
No, you can put it... You can't
4-8.
You can't put the 4x8s.
I know,
on the triple take.
That's dumb.
It's broken.
Hope they change that. That's stupid.
Broken. All right. I'm done with
You know what also we needed for that? We needed a digi for regular, like a 301. You have a digi for your smaller ones, and you have the digi for the sniper.
There's no digi for the LMGs and
the middle class.
And the middle class now.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it. It'd be too unfair. Too unfair.
Spitfire with a digi?
I had a golden wingman the other day, got 10 kills.
Times 3 digi.
I mean, basically, when you're a bloodhound.
Triple take is not a sniper anymore.
No, they moved it to marksman. But it is a sniper. I don't know why they.
I've hit some people from far away with a fucking triple take and beat their ass.
Long way. Hit 3 people from as they were running away because they split apart. I just let it open.
If you don't choke it.
That's right. But see, now we've talked about Apex. Now I want to go play Apex.
I was thinking the same thing. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us every Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday mornings between the hours of 10 and 12 p.m., 10 a.m. and 12 p.m., and Wednesdays between 4 and 6 p.m. And people who are on YouTube who can't see us, there'll be an upload later of what we've been doing.
Also, don't forget our charity for this month is the Diabetes Research and Wellness Foundation, because it is July. Right?
Disability Proudness Month in New York.
Right. It's also Disability Proudness Month in New York. I think that's it. Toodaloo, motherfuckers.
Well, see you guys tomorrow. Oh, no.
What?
Nothing. I have to switch the scene.
Toodaloo, motherfuckers.